Hi. Um, I am Zach Walton. I am a freelance writer, journalist, general nerd, if you will. I also wanted to perhaps touch upon a little facet of my life that some people may not be somewhat familiar with. The fact of the matter is, I actually have a speech impediment, which you may not see in this video, because my my speech impediment comes usually through social situations. It's not so much of a blockade that is just generally there. It's more of it's whenever I'm confronted with people, whenever I have to interact with somebody, I get this amazingly frustrating mental blockade to where I know exactly what I want to say, but it won't come out, and then it generally ends up me looking like Porky Pig, to where I'm just like trying to get it out, and it just won't have it. So this, I wanted to perhaps make a video, because everybody's making video these days, but I wanted to make a video to perhaps address a few of the things that you should and should not do whenever you encounter somebody who is having trouble speaking, having trouble getting words out, whether or not they have a stutter or whatever else or whatever any other speech impediment they may have. Because you see, I actually I suffer from anxiety and depression thanks to the speech impediment, to the point to where I have on multiple occasions wanted to just fucking but I mean, so I want to help people who may suffer from these same things, and also to help those who don't have stutters, but who may have friends or those who interact with people who have these kind of problems. I want to help them get better, and we will get better at interacting with people who may or may not have these issues. So without further ado, step one: seriously, don't ever call people out on it. Don't ever point, laugh, don't even it's okay to ask people about their speech impediment. It's okay to ask them about their stutter. It's okay. People generally aren't going to get mad about it if you are merely just curious about it. People aren't going to get mad. I mean, truth be told, me, I don't get angry. I mean, granted, that might not apply to all people, but generally speaking, no, we're okay whenever people just want to ask a question. Whenever, when people just want to know if it's, okay or not. Or because most people have never, most people have never encountered somebody with a stutter in their life. Most people don't know what it's really like. People are generally just gonna be curious about it, but don't let that curiosity get the better of you. Though, don't use it to draw unwanted attention to that person, especially if you're in a big social kind of get together gathering or whatever. That alone is probably going to make them feel incredibly awkward, or it will make them feel ostracized from the group. It'll make them not want to come back. And this is actually key if you are actually wanting to be friends with somebody who actually may have a stutter, or any other speech impediment, is that you do not want to draw unwanted attention to it. It's okay to ask about it, but don't point at them, don't point it out in these big public settings. That is that is definitely rule number one. That is just do not ever do this. Because I've been personally, for my own personal experience, which you may have just heard it right there, to where I will say the word like before a word. Generally speaking, you don't want to say like in a sentence, like, just ever. Like, even in speech, because it makes you sound stupid. It makes you sound like you're just like, I mean, it kind of just makes you sound like a fucking cartoon character. So, generally speaking, you don't want to do that. But for me, it's somewhat of it's a mechanism that I've used since I've been in 6th grade to essentially give myself some time to think on the next word to where I can say it. But, generally speaking, though, people don't normally say like over and over and over again, but sometimes I actually do get caught on a word into where I will say like 5 or 6 times before I actually get the word out, and that draws a lot of unwanted attention towards myself. And generally speaking, there's always going to be that one person who is going to point this out, who is going to make a completely, like, let me go again, but they're going to make they're going to make like an innocuous comment about you saying like, or about your speech patterns or whatever. And the thing is, people generally don't mean any harm by this, but the harm is already done. Like, you are already, like, you begin to feel all the eyes just gravitate towards you. You're just like surrounded by so many people freaking out, and like, it makes you just want to crawl in. I mean, it makes you just want to crawl like into a corner and just fucking die. So seriously, like, my tip for people, my first rule is, like, don't do that. It's okay if you want to ask questions. Please, like, we are all for, like, wanting people to better, like, understand and comprehend what we go through on a daily basis whenever it comes to having to, like, interact with people. But please, do not just, make a comment about it. Even if you don't know that person may or may not have a stutter. They might just, have like a nervous tick or something. But still, like, the same rule applies though. Do not point it out. Don't just, make a scene of it. One, it's rude, and two, you are essentially making them not want to ever be, like, around you again, because they're going to essentially see you as a threat. I mean, like, granted, like, I can't go to parties much anymore because of it. Like, I can't go to social gatherings is because I am terrified of somebody saying something to me and somebody pointing out that I may slip up. I may say something that is weird or whatever. So please, like, just don't. And this has gone on for far too long, and I was gonna make like a big long video about things to say or not to say, but let's leave it at that today. Let's just say that for now, rule number 1, don't call people out on their stutter in, like, social gatherings. Like, it's okay to be curious, it's okay to ask, it's okay to ask questions, but don't be an asshole. Like, that's pretty much like, like rule number 1 whenever it comes to dealing with people with a stutter or any other kind of speech impediment, or really just people with, like, no matter what problem they have. Just, don't be a jerk about it. And we'll all be cool. But this is me speaking from my own personal experiences. So please, like, just be cool. Thanks.